Alright. This time we are commentating over a run I did. And we are on Monster Hunter Rise. We are doing a challenge run. And I actually had to do I tried to do the commentating while I did the run, but it was too difficult. This run is actually quite difficult. Like, the challenge is difficult, and I haven't played for quite a while, so I'm actually really bad at the game. So, the challenge is a bit more complicated in this one, but the basic gist is that we weren't allowed to take any items into the quest, except the power charm and the power amulet, and we have a very specific weapon set, equipment set. If you can see the red butterflies, right? And that we essentially have an effect that reduces our HP over time, just automatically. And we gain damage for that effect. And the idea is that the challenge wants to incentivize us not getting hit at all. A no hit run. But you will see in this run I'm getting it quite a bit. This quest is like a follower quest, so we actually have some support here. The J guy. The butterflies go up to 3, and I can switch my stance. If I switch, like, I will be able to heal with them. I will try and the issue is, once I do it, the butterflies are gone and I lose the damage buff. So the idea is, I don't want to switch. I just want to have the effect on. And you also see the yellow bar at the top. There's like a yellow intersection in on my HP bar. That is a Dango adrenaline. So if I'm low at HP, I'm gonna do a lot more damage. Yeah. This attack is going to get me a lot of times, and that's my first death. Death. I'm playing on Linux too, so there might be some. I noticed some sound issues, and I initially played on controller, but I remembered that I didn't play on controller back then. I played with mouse and keyboard, so I'm back to mouse and keyboard. When you see me flickering the camera like that, then it is due to my mouse sensitivity. I had some mouse sensitivity issues sometimes, and I don't think it is related to Linux. There's just a mouse sensitivity button on my mouse itself, and because my wire bug, when I hold it, it is bound to my scroll wheel, so I'm gonna hit it by accident a lot, quite a bit in this run. I had to get used to it. This is another attack pattern that I get hit by quite a bit, which is when he flies up, I get like this wind blowback, and afterwards it kind of seems guaranteed sometimes that I just get hit. I'm not sure. And you might also wonder why I'm not using the parry. The great sword's one of the strongest skills is strong arm stance, which immediately gives me a charged attack once I parry. I'm not trying to use it because I'm trying not to get hit at all, and I'm essentially practicing for an optimal run with the set, which is trying to be at 1 HP, and you can't use strong arm stance at 1 HP, you will die. The thing that I still have to learn as well is to hit the weak spots, which is quite important because I hit the body a lot of times, or the claws, which will reduce the damage quite a bit. So you might also be wondering why I don't have the palamute or the palico. It is also not allowed in this run. The run rules are kind of similar, but not exactly, to the TA wiki rules on how to speedrun the game, or with the TA wiki rules essentially, but not exactly. I didn't take all of their rules. As example, I'm not allowed to pick up Endemic Life, the collectible Endemic Life. Here I go back to camp just to heal, because I don't have items, I think. I'm out of it. Because I can't take any items from... You also can't take items from the camp. It's a big change they did in Worlds and Rise, that you always can go back to the camp and have infinite stock pretty much. In this one, but also in TA Wiki rules, you aren't allowed to restock and get items. We are only essentially, we can only use the items that are out here. The TA Wiki rules allow you to take items with you. This is just a thing that I do. That was the adamant charge. I believe that's how it's called, which I try to use a lot essentially. With Greatsword, it is all about how much can I get in the time frame, in the recovery time frame here, with this kind of playstyle. This was a crazy part. Why did he jump so far? I was like thinking maybe it's because I'm running Linux. Might be. But I'm not sure. I think that was just natural. Yeah, I tried to get a true charge, but I don't have time. So against that attack, I don't think you can do a 2-charge. Adamant charged on tree seems to be the best I can get. After this move, he always seems to do either this, a rush, or there seems to be another attack too that I forgot. I have to get used to, they are like different kind of knockdown states, and I totally forgot how much time I got, how much time I have in the different kind of knockdown states. When you see me like automatically getting the buffing, like armor, defense, attack, or health, I have a skill that gives me just these skills over time. I don't know how it's called. I think it's Spirit Whisperer, I'm not sure. And this was really bad. Wasted so much time. This is where another rule comes in. What that I have is that I'm not using the Wyvern charge to... I can't attack during the Wyvern charge. I guess it didn't come in yet. It does, kind of. Like, I'm not allowed to go to the bottom side and essentially get this guy into Wyvern state and then just use him for that. That is not allowed in this one, but it's also not allowed in the TA runs. It's my second death. Now the stakes are really high, so I'm gonna try to play really safe now. You remember the butterfly mechanic? I'm essentially gonna use when I swap my stance. I will be healed by the amount of butterflies I gained, which I gain over time. So I'm gonna use that mostly to heal from now on. This is something I always try. I try to always engage with the adamant charge slash because it has super armor, and when the enemies scream, you get like the small paralysis. You can't move. But the issue is I don't know why. Sometimes they immediately move and don't do the scream, and then I get hit. A general loop that I'm doing is I'm always doing like one hit, and then I'm using this as an ability which does a small dash and gives enhances my swash. Doing this stuff I usually just wait, it's kind of too chaotic. And I got hit. You see at the top left I have a red effect. This means that every recoverable damage is now true damage. And I got this effect because there was a mini game which I gained by my set whenever I engage an enemy. That I have to deal enough damage in a time frame else I get this effect. If I succeed and deal enough damage, then I will gain an affinity bonus, which is crit chance bonus. Here use the switch to heal essentially. Here you see I healed up. That is also one of the effects of the butterfly set. I'm gonna call it that. I don't know. I don't have a name for it. When I deal enough damage, I'm gonna heal the recoverable damage it dealt essentially. And it's always gonna deal damage. As you can see, it's still dealing damage. That's kind of awkward. There you saw the kinda evil combo. In this attack I get hit by it so often. But it's kinda predictable. Just have to get better at it. Now at this time, you might not have noticed, but Jay is doing what we are not allowed to do. He's cheating. He's getting the monster from 5 to us, and he's gonna do big damage now because he goes full monster mode. This attacking deals huge damage. Yeah, monster to monster attacks. Getting a wire bug here. We don't really have any healing, so we are kind of sitting at 1 HP all the time. Because of this ledge, this is kind of awkward. I just hoped that I hit him. It was kind of risky too. Because I didn't know the length of the knockback. And there you go. This one is essentially really difficult. Nice. That's it done.